Stretch that back, fix that shoulder, because it is 126 of the download queue. Everybody, we're back. Triumphant return. 2-week break. Week break? I don't know how you want to figure that out. Took last week off. I was out of town at SummerSlam. Kyle was hanging out with our friends over at United We Nerd, talking Destiny for 2.5 hours last Saturday. Go check that out if you haven't already. I tuned into some. How did that go? I asked you a little bit. We haven't really talked.
Good. Sorry, I'm like so small in your camera. I'm like,
it's my little friend.
It was good, man. It's good. It was really interesting, fun to talk with United We Nerd. They had Brian and Joel were there, but also there's two other gentlemen, Mike. I think they were both Mike. Actually, so now that I think of it. But one of them was a complete PvP guy at like 2,000 plus hours of just PvP in Destiny. Hardly touched the expansions, would do the stuff to get the gear, get the meta of the season and the time, and then go into Crucible. And it's like that. I hardly touch Crucible. I would go into the PvP mode, get the weapon I would want for the rest of the game, not to play PvP. So I rarely went in there, and he played it the exact opposite. So it's just really funny and like interesting that that's how big Destiny was of a game, that we both put thousands of hours in and approached it incredibly different and had vastly different experiences. So a fascinating conversation, a good retrospective. Yeah. Someone brought up Marathon a lot, so I won't say who, but man, that guy just kept bringing it up.
Damn it, Kyle. He's like, Destiny may be dead, but let me tell you about this Vault Breaker.
I'm like, I just look to the future. I'm just hopeful.
Marathon's got the pieces. It's right there for you.
That's something. But yeah, it was a great time talking with them.
I'm glad everything worked out. Had some sort of content last week when we were gone. We're back this week. Triumphant return. So much to catch up on. It has been not the fall season releases, but games have started to get out of GTA's way. We are being swarmed. We are covering everything today, from Halo, Campaign Evolved, Beast of Reincarnation. The King is watching last year's little indie breakthrough that needs more eyes on it, pun intended. I need to bitch about Gears of War E-Day multiplayer beta that is also not live this weekend. And who knows what else? It's just so much going on. It's taking a week off like this, like, damn. It was nice to be gone and, like, off my phone, away from the news, away from everything happening in the world, and, like, reset for a bit. But now coming back to town, I'm like, oh my god, everything is here now.
That feels like that, right? Yeah. No, it's good to take a break. It was nice.
Yeah. Watching wrestling.
Yeah, so much to talk. Wrestling. Do you want to talk about that real quick? Or
talk about, yeah. SummerSlam 2026, Minneapolis. WWE is its own thing. Saudi Arabia shit. Everyone hates it. Every time they would show a trailer for WrestleMania next year, everyone's booing. Loudly, people are showing they hate this. Like, stadium erupts in boos. It's funny to see.
Yeah, that's interesting because they wouldn't. They're muting that on stream. Obviously, we're not getting that. I didn't watch it, of course. I haven't. I fell out the moment they showed Trump at SummerSlam. I said, "All right, peace out, losers." I don't have nostalgia for your company. Like,
yep.
I don't care. I'm trying to get into it. So, but yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, you would have known the booze. So that's fascinating. Yeah.
They showed it once each night, and both times it was very loudly like, "We can't hide this" type thing. It was a very different experience. This is my second SummerSlam now. Obviously, to Cleveland 2 years ago. Talked about that when it happened. Yeah. Minneapolis is a city I love. A city that has not had a WWE pay-per-view since, I think, 2018, 2019. You would expect it to be balls to the walls hype. Dead. Stadium empty. The stage setup, if you were watching, was at like roughly the 15-yard line, and everything beside that and behind completely tarped off, cut off. In front of the ring where camera is, 2 sections around that completely tarped off, which is where I sat in Cleveland 2 years ago. And that stadium didn't have a stage. Like, they came outside. It was full 360 packed with fans. I think like 18,000 less people here this time than in Cleveland, which is wild. Or 1,800, sorry. Not 18,000, that'd be insane. But yeah, it was fun. 2-night event. I did not like at first, but it was kind of nice getting out of there at 9 p.m. instead of like midnight and having the evening still and not being rushed, and then having that second day to look around and like not be go, find your seats. Second day, fully, I went across the stadium, took some unclaimed seats. I was hopping. Said, fuck this, I paid a ton of money. So I moved from row 14 in the corner to row 2, semi-close to the stage on Hard Cam side. Great.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's like, I feel like I've heard anecdotally so many people doing that at shows. Like, if it's not packed, like, who cares?
Oh yeah,
especially at those events. Like,
I
if
was
you can
on
just slip in for a thing.
I was on Ticketmaster, like checking sections to see what wasn't sold. Like every couple of minutes, refreshing to see if someone bought them. And it got sketchy at time because we were like seats 3 and 4 we took. They came down and moved seats 1 and 2 because they were in the wrong spot, checked their tickets.
Oh.
And then a guy in the section next to us, like 2 seats over, was in someone else's spot. He got up from that spot, took the ones they just kicked out of, and then those people actually came down, kicked him out again. He went the row behind me, got kicked out of there, took the one beside me again when they went to go to the bathroom. Like, homie was just bouncing around. He did not care, not a care in the world, and everyone around us was like talking shit, like, "Oh, if he didn't spend cheap tickets on these and blah blah blah." I'm like, I'm also in the wrong seats, but none of you know.
You're like, yeah, get him out of here.
Screw that guy.
It'd be interesting if they could just let people like, all right, well, it's an hour in. Everyone, if you want to move down, like fill in empty seats. If you're gone, you're gone. Fuck off. Like, sorry.
Yeah.
It's just a better flow. Anyways.
A lot different scenario too than Cleveland. Like the Cleveland around the stadium, they had a whole thing set up outside, like where they're doing the pre-show and stuff, obviously. Bunch of booths set up. They had a booth for WWE game that year. Tends to make your own signs. Whole bunch of like interactive things. None of that was here. Not a single thing. It was like the pre-show setup. Cricket Wireless had a booth where I met Ethan Page. They had the Danhausen ice cream truck set up, which was just 2 popsicles, met some mini Hausens. Weird time. And that was really it. Like downtown did not have anything going on. And then the Superstore was like a 20-minute walk to the convention center across downtown, which isn't bad, but like it was so disjointed of where everything was. It was good. I have down Superstore. I told you. Have your merch.
Oh, yeah.
They had Seth and Becky's coffee thing set up there. Had the place you can go do a Superstar entrance. Stood in line for that for an hour and 10 minutes and said, fuck it. I would have been there another 2 to do it. Insane line.
That's all. It sounded like that's all there was to do.
Yeah, pretty much. Met Big E there. Great human being. Had a good conversation when it was like most people getting pushed through. Like had a more personal thing, which is one of the first people I was hooked on when I started watching 9 years ago now. And then they had a special merch section, Kyle. In line to get in the merch store already. With all the signed stuff, signed toys, signed Funkos, signed pictures, this and that, all the signed belts, all the big expensive stuff you had to stay in line for. And they had a little stage set up. With 2 people, I was like, oh, you're fucking loud, annoying, obnoxious. And I was like, what are they doing? They had mini helmets, which I guess is a big thing because you can just buy specific mini helmet cases for this shit. I was unaware. Mini helmets signed for $160. Guaranteed signature. 3 different rarities, technically 4, because there was one that was like decked out completely in Swarovski crystals that you could have pulled, which I did not see or witness there at all. Batshit crazy, but guaranteed signature. I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm not buying one. Day 2, went back to the store, sold out of hats. Didn't have a single jersey for me because the Vikings one looked like trash. I was hoping they had a Twins jersey. Didn't have that. Didn't have anything I really wanted to buy. So you're like, you know what? hop on, transfer some money from savings, more debt. Went and bought a helmet. There was 10 left, Kyle. Had him in rows of 3. I'm looking at them. Take the middle one, grab the one underneath it. Come buying it. Buy it. Go over to that stage because there's another person buying them. And there's 2 guys like hyping you up, doing interactions, worked for Fanatics or whoever the fuck was selling these, marking these up, like making it a little stage presentation like it was a TikTok thing or something. Got 2 guys in front of me, pulls an Undertaker. I'm like, oh shit. No, that's wild. Next guy pulls like a Royce Keys. Someone before pulled someone in NXT I've never heard of before. I'm like, I'm getting screwed. Go up there, do the thing, talking to me, whatever. Open the box. They open the little bag. It comes in and it's a white helmet, which is like the lowest rarity. There's white, purple, and black. Pulled a white one, and immediately I'm like, got screwed. $160 down the drain. Hannah's recording this whole thing. I have it on video. I'll post maybe. Pulled the white. Can't tell the signature. You don't know signatures for the life of you. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck this is. They pull it out. Underneath. Signed. 5 of 5. Mini helmet of the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. And immediately I was like, oh, the money. The money is there. I can sell this. I can make it back. But I'm holding on to it. Holding on to it. Something with such a low chance of pulling that they did. I'm like, oh, this is dope. And it made the whole trip worth it, you know? I could, if I ever get more into debt for more wrestling, I can just turn around and sell that bitch online for like a couple more $100.
I hope you can.
Like a main event person for the event that was made for, that's a dope. Like it's not one of the legend names, obviously. It's not one of the special names. They have duo signings with like Undertaker and Kane. There is a Cody and his wife, a Seth and Becky like tag team stuff going on. But for like single autographs, I'll take it. 5 of 5. What a pull.
Hey, that's a good upsell. He wrestled at the event that I got this at.
Main event.
No, he wasn't. I thought
main event night 1.
Lesnar was.
Oh yeah, it was. Fuck. They switched it because Lesnar was supposed to open.
I saw that.
They switched.
And then he.
Yeah, they moved it around because he was supposed to be main event, and then they moved it like day of. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he wrestled at it at least.
He wrestled. But he's done. He's done. Witness his last match. Get that fucker out of here.
That'd be crazy if he retires and you do have like a solid pull now. Like out of nowhere. He's like, yeah, I'm done.
He is.
What do you mean?
Not Cody. Lesnar.
Oh, yeah, I was talking about
not Cody.
Okay, that makes sense.
No, God, no.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about Lesnar. I could give a shit about that guy. What an awful human being, most likely. I mean, he was in court now, right?
Yeah, he
it's the shit on a woman, right?
It's settled now.
It's not. It's swept under a rug because his best friend's in office. Like, sorry, this is totally not what we're talking about. I don't care that much about it.
He's like, I don't even watch this anymore, but I still hate him.
It's part of the reason I don't, though. Anyways. Yeah, I'm happy I don't have the nostalgia.
Don't even have nostalgia. I've only been watching 9 years. Like,
that's 9 years. I tried 2 years ago.
Yeah.
There is nostalgia to it.
Just, the gear stuff was dope. There was people from Xbox there that I did not realize were there.
I was did the gear as a war thing.
Yeah, I was really hoping they had like not even a tent set up to get free swag. Literally anything. Nothing was there outside of the representation on the ring and that whole match on night 1. That was it, but it was still cool. Like people were hype about it there. The fact that they were doing that, Xbox 2 years ago would not give a fuck. You would not catch them doing anything that massive. They don't even do commercials anymore. But to have like an event like that still, pretty big deal in my eyes. We'll see.
It makes sense for gears at that event too for wrestling. So hopefully it is a good game. We'll talk about that one later.
Yeah, that's SummerSlam 2026.
Yeah, that's good. It's good that it was a good time. That's all that really matters. And I have eagerly await a new day arriving in AEW so I could try it again and get into something.
I'm saying
I just
end of the month. All
I
in
know.
Wembley. That shit's
I know.
going to pop so hard.
I know. I have HBO. We do it. So I'm like, shit. I get AEW.
Still gotta buy the
Gotta
pay-per-views.
just do it. That's okay.
I'll go half
That
with
sucks.
you.
Damn it.
50-50.
Oh, okay. We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it.
Because if I would love to try to get wrestling. The whole art of it is really cool. I get it. It's fun. It just sucks when they're like, hey, we're gonna use manipulation and we're gonna talk about it in our Netflix doc, and we're gonna just And it's like, oh, okay.
Feel kind of scummy watching it a little bit.
Yeah, I do. But also, it's like I don't need to commit 7 hours to it a week.
It's so much that I'm not. We got done. I was like, I'm not watching this on TV anymore. It's not worth the hassle.
And those
of
shirts
like,
are atrocious.
this was the best one,
wrestling
dude.
Wrestling shirts are atrocious, man.
This was the best one. They had like, if you were a Lesnar
that's
fan,
not bad.
they had like Lesnar's actual Vikings jersey you could buy. Like that was a cool thing if you're a
I
Lesnar
forgot
fan.
he was on the Vikings.
Him and Roman. Roman.
Oh.
Yeah, and they had like a fun Lesnar Gophers jersey, like Minnesota State, like a shirt for him there themed, cool stuff like that. But outside of that, very basic shit. The match shirts themselves were just the bad AI logos of like the face off they were using for promotion. It was just like 4 of those smacked on one shirt. Like that looks like shit.
Yeah. Well, good thing they got Saudi money coming in. They clearly need it.
Mania, Saudi Arabia next year. Can't wait.
Gonna fly over?
Absolutely. Be there day one. $20 tickets. Enough wrestling. We got games to talk about, Kyle. Where would you even like to begin? They start digging into the massive amount of releases we've both been playing. Essentially, what we've been playing episode to catch up on the past 2 weeks. This is what this is going to turn into.
Alphabetical order. Gears. Beast before Halo. G before E.
Beast of Reincarnations before G, my guy.
I know, but I wanted. Yeah.
Gears. It is coming off of SummerSlam. Gears' promotion during the 3-way tag team match. We now have Gears of War E-Day open multiplayer beta. Initially, I guess, was supposed to just be the Horde mode, and people raised hell online, and they added the multiplayer after, which I was not aware of. Open now, I believe, through Sunday night or Monday morning. You would hop in, get to level 20 as the max, unlock some customization options, banners, decals, weapon skins for doing things in-game, like headshots. How are we feeling? Evolution of Gears, jumping is now a thing. Wall bouncing, Nasher spam is still the meta to go on. How have you enjoyed your time?
Yeah, I hopped in, have not touched any arena mode or multiplayer of that. I don't enjoy Gears multiplayer. So it's something I would hop into at some point, maybe just to see it again, but I know what it is and I just didn't care. I was more interested in the Horde siege mode, seeing what that is and that's how I was interested in seeing how the game ran and performed. And I did 2 runs, did the tutorial mission, and then one after that. Tutorial got out of, next one we did not get out of. Teammate, it was not fun. It's basically like an extraction mode too. You load in with 4 squad mates and then 2 other squads, so there's 12 people in a round. You all have objectives and a side objective to complete that gives you stuff, and then you get on a helicopter and you go. It's really interesting. I think the map is really beautiful. I think it ran very well for me. The lighting was a little flat, but I think it was like a cloudy overcast type of thing. So that kind of made sense, but it's also a beta, so that could be fixed. But it ran and felt good. So I'm excited to play through the campaign. I just don't care about Gears gameplay in that way. It's just not what I'm into. And the Horde mode did nothing to get me really intrigued to play more of it. So it's just like, oh, coming off of it, I'm like, it's already uninstalled. Mostly because you also said you uninstalled it, so I was like, oh, well, I'm not gonna play anymore then, like, and that's okay. I'll wait till campaign to the release of that. So so we'll see. Campaign, a fully linear experience, curated, better looking, feeling hopefully, but I just don't think I'm a big fan of Gears of War. How that feels. I wish they would have just have a new, like the studio would have a new IP at this point, because then you could have the game feel different. I don't love the way Gears feels, especially in this game at the core, which is kind of sad.
It's something where, like, with the amount of shooters we have, and I've always had the past generation, like Gears has been obviously a major player on Xbox because of its differences. Like, it's not your typical run and gun. You have to approach it differently. You have to play it differently. You have to use their in-game mechanics, wall balancing, all that shit to, like, hold your own. But now I feel like that's to a fault. Playing the multiplayer matches now, even in beta, it feels like you are entering a prison yard, essentially. Like, if you don't have previous experience, there is no, not necessarily learning the ropes, but like understanding of where and what you're doing is wrong. Hey, we're going to give you these other guns and lancers and your pistol and all this shit. None of that matters. You don't need them. You're not going to use them, but we're going to make you start with them to give you this like vision of a choice when you just get forced into using a shotgun immediately to hold your own. Like, the uniqueness of it that I think is what pushed it up before, I feel is going to do a detriment to what it is now. I wish you played some multiplayer matches, because even in the beta, I think I got up to 7 only, so like only a handful of games. I maybe only had one that was fully staffed, I guess, for actual players. Like, every game had bots. 2-3 bots on a team already. I'm like, this is not a good sign. And I don't know if it is just because there's other shit going on. Halo's here, Beast's here, all these other games. People don't know a beta's out type situation, but I was surprised to see empty lobbies all. Could have been a matchmaking issue, could have been a myriad of other things. But I am kind of worried now what Gears launch does for Xbox and how it lands when it does drop.
It's exclusive as well. So it is only on Xbox. That's not going to help it. Yeah. I don't think they did a lot of marketing to get it's just a beta too, and if you're in it, you're in it. We know, so we hopped in, and if people are waiting for Gears, they're in the game, or they already hopped in last week, because I think if you were pre-ordered, you got early access to it last week. So, I think it's not that big a deal, but also you coming in like, oh, I'm going to try this out. Like Gears multiplayer. Oh, I can't even get a lobby. That it does hurt the overall look of the game, but we'll see when it launches. I don't think exclusivity is going to help. But again, I don't think Gears multiplayer is why people play it. Some people play it for that. Oof. I hope they're okay. It's that campaign that people are waiting for. So we'll see how that does. We'll see how that lands. But
I'll be curious to see how the new Horde mode does. I only did the tutorial one. I wanted to kind of do another actual match. But like, my buddies in Michigan, that was their bread and butter on Gears. That was all they did. If we weren't playing Duty, they were on Gears Horde mode back in the day. Like, max difficulty, all that shit. So like, I'm curious to see what these changes do, and if that matches with the old people coming in, or if it's enough to tap that itch. Like you mentioned, it's more extraction shooter style. If that does something for people who are looking for a new experience like that, where Marathon may not have hit, they're coming off of our creators, and there's not really another new one on the horizon.
A big update in October for Arc, though.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. That's, if I remember correctly, it was October that it was like their year. They were going to do a big update. So, yeah, that's the thing is like, yeah, I don't think people looking for extraction is going to be playing Gears for that mode. They're going to go back to Arc. I'm eagerly awaiting that. I'm like, I want to see how that game is after a whole year.
Yeah, that'd be a wild return too.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's a tough area for Gears to release in for a mode that's like, oh yeah, play this more than a couple nights. It's like, I think that's kind of what Gears is. It's just like the Halo campaign evolved. It's like, it's something you play for a couple nights. You go back in with friends to do like legendary and co-op and just have fun. I think that's what Gears is. I don't think it's going to be. Again, it's not going to be a live service game at all in any way.
No, they made that clear.
Good.
No battle pass, no bullshit. Their quotes in the multiplayer trailer they released, which is cool. I like that they're bringing that back where it is, hey, this epic legendary skin is something you can actually work towards and grind for instead of the lobby being a myriad of circus outfits that people spend $20 on a pop.
Yeah.
Brings sort of
balance at the very least.
Yeah, it brings some of that like Halo 3 back in the day when you'd see the flaming Hayabusa and you'd be like, oh shit, these people did something, like a cool thing to see in the game. How do you feel with the look of Gears? After the trailers and stuff, obviously the showcase in June made it look beautiful. That piece is great, like everything looked wonderful. Hopping in last night, I was immediately hit with that games don't look that same way on my TV scenario. I'm like, this does not. It looked good, but it wasn't that centerpiece moment I was hoping for of what Gears could be with what they do with Unreal Engine.
Yeah, I think it was the lighting was flat, like I said earlier, and like that. But I think it's a beta, so I can only, and it's multiplayer stuff, so like that's a little different. When you get into like the campaign, I don't know if they're doing like active ray tracing and such like that, or they're doing baked in lighting. I know they're doing something different with Unreal. I think they're Lumen Tech, if I remember their thing, their showcase right. So like I expect the lighting to be really good in those moments, and once the game comes out, it to be better. But what caught me off about how it looked more so is how it ran. Right, I didn't put a frame rate counter up or anything, but it felt stable 60. I think my TV does 120, but I don't know if Gears like it was like activated on my TV. I don't know if I had the VRR you need, variable refresh rate on your TV. I don't know if I have that. Anyways, it looked really smooth. I thought that was really good. And I didn't have any graphical hiccups or like issues while playing the horde mode. So it's like that. I feel like it's going to come out really solid. But understand that a beta lighting isn't fully baked and good. Turn that down so you can like test the other stuff for the game before it comes out.
I mean, it's good though for only playing the horde. Like that's the one I would worry about. It's suffering the most. Being a way larger map, being that many more players on, having 20 different side missions going on, and people all doing different shit that are affecting the world at the same time. Like point. That I feel is the better test than a regular 4v4 or 5v5 multiplayer match.
And you see why they did that, right? And especially that's their new mode. Got to make sure it runs well.
Yep.
but yeah, so I think every Gears has ran well and looked good. So I expect that, but it's just, I just don't know if this type of game is necessary or wanted.
Not long to wait as Gears releases October 6th, 2026.
Oh, that's crazy.
2 months away, just under 2 months away. Which I would assume they're doing another beta. I would assume there'd be another one in September leading up to launch, early access, something. Give them time to work on the fixes from this one in early August.
Yeah.
Which leads us, Xbox double dipping in the content releases this week. Halo Campaign Evolved, faithful yet modernized remake of Halo Combat Evolved's campaign. Experience the original story rebuilt with high-definition visuals, updated cinematics, refined controls, plus a brand new 3-mission adventure featuring the Master Chief and Sergeant Johnson. I admittedly have not had a ton of time with this yet. I have done very little of the main campaign and the first new mission so far. Again, out of town, came back, catching up on things. It's Halo. Coming in, I know last time we had an episode, you were not super excited about it. Fuck Halo. I was not super high on Halo 1's campaign to begin with. and having it redone for a third time, I was not very excited for. The transition off of engines and how the game feels, bringing in new weapons, stuff that was there initially, kind of piqued my interest. While beautiful game, it is very much what I was expecting top to bottom, and I'm not very hyped to be hopping back into it anytime soon. New missions seem fine. It's more the same. Hallway, shoot into a battle arena, hallway, shoot into a battle arena. I don't know. It's such a weird thing to bring Halo to multiple platforms and have this be like the first thing there, when I feel like so much of the feel and energy and what made that initial experience special is gone with the updated graphics, with the updated visuals. It just feels, it's got the Unreal Engine 5 soulless thing going on, you know?
I don't agree.
No!
I have played the complete game, rolled credits last night on the campaign, stayed up late. My back was hurting, so I couldn't go to sleep. So it worked out. I just kept playing Halo. And that's probably why my back hurts. Fuck. Oh well. But yeah, played all that, played all 3 missions as well on normal. Didn't do anything crazy. Don't search terminals. Didn't search for skulls. But yeah. I understand why they remake this. I understand why they do this. I think the additions they add, sprint, all that, make this really good, modernize it while still 100% feeling like core Halo campaign. Like, this is still Halo Combat Evolved, the campaign, right? It's still at the core that it is just modernized, and it's everything you would want out of it. By the time I'm rolling credits, I'm like, that was just really fun, and I actually want to go back and play it again. Like, it's just crazy. I didn't think I was playing. I got stuck on the last level, one of the last level's keys. I just was in one section where it's like, fuck, I'm surrounded behind me and in front of me. Like, I can't run through. I can't stay back. I just got stuck for a while, and I was like, ugh. But it was fun. Once I figured it out, I was just like, hell yeah. And I'm like, oh shit, like, I'm having a blast getting stuck and figuring it out. I didn't think that was going to happen. I really like this game. It's weird again. This is what, the 3rd time they were remaking the campaign. But when you look at the remakes from like the very first original to Anniversary, where you can like go back and forth and that's still the core game, and then you have this one which is updated, new graphics from the ground up, rebuilt, and a new engine, or it's on top of Halo Reach's engine with Unreal 5 rendering on top of it, which I think is really important to know. And I think it makes a sense of why it feels the way it does. I really liked how Halo Reach feels. That was the first one that added sprint and that all that stuff. And I think it feels like that, and it's really good. And and such. So getting to the library, getting to 343 Guilty Spark, the updates they made to those levels. The library is completely redone. I think instead of, like, you go in the opposite direction this time, and the way the environment slowly gets more and more infested with flood, it's like, oh, and the way the flood looks is just really good. It's just, it was like, you know what, by the time I'm at the top and this area is full of flood, we're here. I get it. This looks really, really good. So I get it, you know. I honestly didn't get any Unreal 5's feeling. I guess there is a little bit with the shininess of like elites and some of the glossy surfaces, but other than that, I think it's pretty solid.
I think
the campaign is an excellent update.
I think for me, it comes from the level of like polish and shine and changes to audio and sound. It's almost made like a sort of disconnect where I just did the first new mission this morning before getting on here with you, and unless my settings are wonked, which could very much be the case, I found that out with my TV this week, I almost could never tell where I was being shot from or when I was taking damage. And I would just drop dead. Like, any feedback on my character I was not getting at all. And like, I would just drop dead and be like, okay, that was weird. And I had to like sit back and like start watching for where bullets were coming from, just like see the effect it did when I was getting hit. And I felt like that shield recharge and the shield dropping, like those old sounds that I'm so used to, aren't necessarily there or as prevalent which is making it
will say-
weird to like maneuver through.
The audio mix is really weird. The music is not loud at all. Like doing the last Warthog run, I was like, man, this music just sounds like it's a little muffled. So there's some weird audio. 100%. They did not mix it right. The way they re-recorded all the voice lines and such, and I think there's some oddness with how it feels like an old video game where it's like characters can't cut each other off, so there's a gap between it, but it feels like that gap's big in this remake, which is interesting. So I agree. There's some weird but all that stuff to me, like I have those issues too. A lot of it can be patched. Like you can turn down you can add in the chromatic abrasion, that is crazy in the new levels. It's almost like a lens flare. You're like, what the hell? But you can. There's no option to turn that off. Exactly. You add that option to let me turn it off, and boom, other games have that on consoles. So there's a lot of stuff like that where it's like, could it have been there? Sure, maybe, but like they can add it with a patch, and then no one cares. So I think that's where it's at. But I was really disappointed in the mix of the music. I went down and turned everything down and turned the music up, and just because it still didn't feel like enough. Like Halo music is iconic. I know the composer is an asshole, but like Halo music's iconic. Like. And it felt like it was hidden behind a deluge of just noises at times.
I'm excited to get.
Sucks. Sounds like ass. Oh my god! Like, pew! It's like, ugh. That's the one where it's like, why did you change that? Why? So I don't know. Clearly, they're like, we can't use the old ones, and we're not gonna go actually record people shooting guns. So we're just gonna use the stock sound. It's like, ugh, awful.
Which that's one too. Like I used that first mission today, and like the big battle arenas they set you on, like just the feedback again from it, getting those shots and just like, oh, got him. Okay, no like shield crack, no that extra oomph. I just want an extra layer of oomph.
Yeah, it's there, but it's like I think it seems like in that old game design, like the audio is also telling you what was going on, but nowadays you don't necessarily need that. But with Halo, I feel like we're used to that, right? The dun, 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 it's like I constantly was like dying. I'm like, well, I didn't realize my health was down. Where the old one, that shield breaking was so loud, and the visual was, you saw it, you're like, oh no, a little subdued in this. Yeah.
Were you playing with headphones, or were you just doing regular speakers?
I think just my TV. I think I played it all on my TV inside. So
I wonder if that would make a difference to you having speakers on and having it more tight knit around your.
If I remember, in the menu there was an option to like choose headphones, soundbar, but maybe there wasn't. Maybe that's a different game. So yeah. Either way, audio is a disappointment, which sucks for Halo. It shouldn't be, but the 3 new missions I really liked. I felt so much Destiny DNA. There's spoiler. I'm not gonna spoil content or like context, but there's one mission where you get on a platform in a long room, and that platform moves, and you have to shoot things as you go through the moving platform, and that's like 3 to 4 Destiny missions. And there's just a lot of those when you take the game and you're like, why are items being marked on the ground? Every item's marked. There's hit markers. I'm like, that rumor that Halo Studios is doing a Destiny, like, that kind of explains why this is only co-op. That type of game is not PvP, so why would you need to worry about multiplayer? That's for Halo Championship down the road, baby. Well, that's a whole other IP, the whole other SKU. I'm just like, wow, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I did not know that was
Destiny's dead. I'm just sad Destiny is dead.
It's gone.
I'm just but those missions were a lot of fun. The voiceover, the dialogue was weird. I think going back to Master Chief and rewriting a character, like it's taking place a year before the events, so like he's not as, I guess, battle scarred, but he's not as quiet. He's making quips. Sergeant Johnson, a whole new actor voice, fine. I didn't think it was that weird, but they just have some weird jokey stuff. But again, it's just like a quick get in, we're making new missions and we're going to get out. And I think it was fine. It's more of how they felt. I think it felt really good. Running through, grabbing guns, you run out of ammo, you pick up the next gun on the floor. just move on. It just felt really, really fun to play overall, especially those new missions. And the last one, that's really fun.
It's really
Real
good.
fun, really fun one.
Yeah, that we'll say the sprint, like obviously you said it, not a new thing to Halo. It's been since Reach. It feels really good here. Like if you would not have told me that it wasn't like a new addition, never played original Halo, like would have fully believed this was a day one thing. Like I know people want that like slow paced gameplay, but it just fits so incredibly.
Yeah. It was smart that it was built off that Reach engine. It feels good. Good. So
let me tell you, Kyle,
if you want to
play through again, yeah, co-op.
We should. No, I want to do co-op. I do, and yeah, we should play some because I think it's fun, especially the new ones. I'd be down to play through those ones together again, and get you through it. I'm really intrigued to see what's next. I think it's cool that it's out. It's awesome that they immediately fired a bunch of contractors that were there for 5-6+ years that were working on this game.
Just the Halo way.
Was relatively successful. It's like, that sucks. I mean, hopefully they're done with contractors, so because that's an awful practice, but I doubt that's true. It's just probably, okay, we're gonna get new ones for the next game, and that's awful. So fuck contractor practice because it's manipulated. But yeah, that sucks. But I'm ignoring that because it sucks. I'm intrigued to see what they do with the future. Are they doing Halo 2, 3? Then what do you do with 4, 5? You know, like there's a lot of questions on how far you go. Do you just do the Bungie ones for some reason? Like, is this just one and done? Why was 3 never going to be remade? So we'll see.
Yeah, it'll be what they do next. If this does enough for more sequels. I saw somewhere game roughly on PS5 during sold around 350,000 units only, which like isn't a needle mover in any way. Obviously, only one platform was Steam. Everywhere. When they start looking at the numbers and where they're going and where to start investing more in, you know?
Yeah. Multiplayer would have helped. But again, I think especially like especially the price point of $50 as base is not bad. And if that included a multiplayer suite, would have been clutch and awesome. And then would have had people up until Gears, but
see, they do it, they hold it off till we get, this is my big brain wishful thinking, Halo 2 next, because they're just redoing them all again for easy money. That's the one you introduced a multiplayer suite in with a fully working like OG clan system and all that shit built into the game too. Would be so fire. I would be so down for that. Like the memories I have of that on my friend's Xbox, because I didn't have mine at the time. That was like so revolutionary and just it made everything feel bigger and like deeper than it was. Like, oh, we're getting the clan and people are doing, we're getting on tonight, doing squatting up here and like setting dates for shit. Like, it was so cool.
Yeah. I fully expect before, like I predicted showcase. I think they are a full multiplayer suite will be out by December. I think, or probably at this point announced at Halo, but I think it's a whole separate thing, and it has that clan system. It has cosmetics that are earnable, not buyable, and you could buy like weird ass ones. Sure, you could be a hunter, it's Spartan, whatever. But I think like it seems like that's the direction studios are kind of going. They kind of recognize that it's not money that people want to spend and FOMO. It's more like, let me invest time into it for a justified reason. But maybe I'm wrong about that. But it feels that way, you know. Gears being the way it is a sign of that. So I'm hopeful because. But yeah, Halo Suite would be really, really, really fun. The sandbox is so cool. I think that's what's the kind of close off last things I want to say about Campaign Evolved. Like they captured the physics in the sandbox and the goofiness of it and getting stuck in zones a couple times. And then especially that last mission for a while. things kept happening. You could see the same enemies come down, but things would happen differently because they would blow up here and that would push them this way as opposed to pushing them this way, or they would blow up earlier or later. And it's like there's a chaoticness to Halo, and that is really fun. And I think it's just it'll be fun to hop in with you and see how we go and if we have a fun time. But yeah, it's crazy. It's just Bungie game design, Bungie level design, how well it still holds up, my guy. It's crazy because if you're playing it, it's the same levels, same missions, and you're just like, man, this is crazy. And also, Pillar of Autumn is just a marathon ship. Before they made it all pretty in the new one.
It all comes back to marathon.
Who keeps bringing it up?
It's just there. It's just there. What do we have next? Beast of Reincarnation, the other new title this week. New title from Game Freak, famously of Pokemon and Tomba the Badass Elephant on Xbox One, never forget. Set in a post-apocalyptic Japan, humanity's only hope lies with Emma, an outcast shunned from society for her affliction, and Ku, the blighted dog. Together they embark on this expansive adventure in this one-person, one-dog action RPG. Something we got last year, part of the developer direct at the beginning of 2026. People had their hopes up. Something that looks dope from Game Freak. Something that looks graphically impressive from Game Freak. Something that is just so wildly different to be hyped for and follows the Souls-like parry, dodge, combat, and what everyone loves right now. Out and out middling reviews. Sadly, I think people across the board kind of let down or what they were expecting from this. Had some issues at launch. I jumped in that first night, immediately dipped out because graphics and frame stuttering and image pop in and blacks just becoming white at time. It just ran terribly. Had a night one patch. Jumped in a little more. Got through the first boss and I immediately put it down. Not what I am feeling right now, especially when I'm also playing Hell Is Us on the side, which has a similar gameplay style. Just not for me. Very open experience, very non-linear in a way of I don't feel overwhelmed by the amount of space there is. I don't feel overwhelmed by the amount of stuff to do. But just by the sheer size of everything, I'm like, this looks like a trek from one place to another. Game gets very weird at times where you enter a cutscene in an area that fundamentally changes around you. The scenery, the landscape, everything. You exit that cutscene, you're right back where you were before, like nothing ever happened. Like weird cuts, weird jumps, dialogue's weird. Combat's kind of weird while cool, and like I could see parts of training combos together and using traversal and all these things. It just didn't do anything to grab me at all. And since I stopped playing, I had found out you can switch it to English if you go back to the main menu, which would have maybe helped a bit because I played that entire time in Japanese and I was struggling to keep track of things.
You gotta be like me and go into options every time you boot a game for the first time. I go in right away, main menu, options. I explore what can I touch? What can I mess with? What can I put my fingers on in this? What the hell is oh that's funny. I saw anyway, sorry. The camera picked up something behind me and it scared me. I was like, what is that?
Oh, it's Marcus.
Master Chief.
Oh.
He's a Master Chief statue. His legs.
Talking shit
like,
about my
what is that
game.
Red legs. I'm like, well, man, no, I like your game. Stop it. I guess that's the old version. Tangent. Apologies. What the hell were we just saying? Beast of Reincarnation. There it is.
As English.
Yeah, you gotta go into the menu and there it is. Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff in this game. It is I really like it. I really like the vibe. I really like they don't give you a lot for the character right away, but I'm still into her, like, and the dog, and there's a mystery that's intriguing enough. Like when you're walking around the open world, there's just like a song playing and someone singing. Really like that. I haven't played a game that had that. So like that's just a vibe exploring. There's captions, subtitles are way too small. I can't read them. So yeah, I turned off. I purposely went with the Japanese one because I heard that was a better performance. And like apparently that cast is a very good cast I just don't know them. but I couldn't read half the time. Like it's hard to like, run around and they're talking as you're running, fighting, and you're trying to read really small words. And there's no way to edit that. It just is what it is. At least I guess I didn't check main menu, so I should have done that. But stuff like that made it hard to want to play like that. So yeah, I turned it back to English. Fonts small in some areas. Weird audio. The weird difficulty. I feel like enemies are really easy, and then there's a lot of them, and it's like incredibly difficult. And you kind of have to. I haven't figured out the parry to the point where I'm in a flow with it. Very parry based, it seems. Every parry gives your dog a charge. Your dog in combat coup is essentially how like Final Fantasy Remake and Rebirth play, where it's this active time delay, so it kind of freezes, slows down time, and you're able to have coup do an attack ability, and then it's like Expedition 33, where it's a timing based thing, and you click A when it's in the meter, and boom, he does his attack, and you get a little bonus. Really like how that whole flows. It just doesn't feel fully fleshed out yet. It's really cool. I love how it just kind of flows together, but there's something in the game where you're like, this isn't done. This isn't there. There's a rough edges in weird places, right? But I really commend like the Vine's ability. Like instead of like double jump higher, it's you hold A and you just load up on this giant vine that you shoot out from you or from the ground, and you can harness it and shoot it out in front of you and make a platform you can run on. You can do that pretty much anywhere you want, and I think that's really cool. It's like that's what they were like focused on and making that work and feel good. There's a lot of really cool things in this game, but a lot of weird edges that kind of make it hard to keep going. So especially knowing it's like a 30 to 40 hour game, I'm like, oh, oof, I don't know if I have that in me. So I don't know if the patch is out. I saw there's putting a patch out that's addressing some of the subtitle stuff and the pacing. So I hope. I'm like waiting for that, and maybe next week I'll get back to it. But unfortunately, it's also getting really busy. A lot of other games are coming out, so I'm bummed this isn't capturing me like I wanted it to. It's on my Fantasy Critic. That's a bummer. But it's like all the elements are there for me to love it and want to play it, but the game is like, don't like.
How far did you get?
Hopefully, it has a turn. I did the first boss, I think.
And then he runs away.
Yeah. The giant deer looking thing. Yep. Yeah, and then I have to find keys, and I have found 2 of them, and I have 1 more to get, and that's where I stopped.
So yeah, we're like right similar area.
Makes sense. Yeah, the natural kind of time check really is like you put enough time, and you're like, do I really want to get this other key? They give you the first one, so you're really only getting 2 keys.
It's the difficulty thing is what's weird, because that's what I was worried about coming in and listening to reviews and people comparing it so much to Sekiro, so much to games in that style that I just don't vibe with, because I'm not ready to get my teeth kicked in all the time. That's not my jam right now. And at first, like, this is dope. I can deal with this. It's not too bad. Regular enemies. Very quickly, when you understand what they do, it just becomes either dropping down from them from the sky and getting insta kills, or just button mashing the shit out of them because they don't really have anything to defend or like counter with. And then you get to elite enemies, and like they're not bosses, but they're tankier, beefier, have a bigger health bar. Like they're set up to be not difficulty checks, but this is you need to focus in now. We're not button mashing, we're not spamming shit. You need to focus in on this enemy. And those feel so different to me, because you get hit twice, you're dead. I don't know if I wasn't leveling on my health right, but like you don't have room for error. It is you're executing this good, or you're restarting this fight and we're spawning you however far away from your last campfire. And that's where I started being like, I don't want to keep doing these run backs for small enemies that aren't bosses. They're not walling off areas, because it's an open world. You can jump around, go where you want. Like, they're not blocking you off from content. It's just, we're going to drop this random thing here and have it just kick your teeth in for a little bit. And if not, come back for a 5-minute walk. In those fights, it becomes like, yeah, you can counter and block and parry and all this, but to me, I felt like I was leaning more towards you need to do enough parries and stuff to build up your meters to use Ku's abilities. And it was more of a grinding for energy for him to pop his stuff off to let you those windows to come in. Because he does do a lot of damage and he does a lot of cool stuff. And like you were saying with the button prompts, it pops up. If you hit one right, it refills your health a bit, or it burns the enemy and does burn damage. Like all these little things you can customize it with. And I feel like I wasn't using him enough, and using his abilities felt more like a gauge you were building up. It wasn't readily available, and he was just kind of there waiting for you to build up enough parry to pop it. And then you do, and it's like, okay, gotta restart this whole scenario of parry to get one thing off. Just the timing and how that blended together didn't really work for me. While cool, it looks flashy, the shit he does is cool, the effects around it are cool, like, looks great. It just didn't blend in how it's executed or what you have to do to have that kind of start working together, which maybe gets better as you invest in skill trees, have timers be less, have the build up required less. But if it takes 20 hours of the 40-hour experience, I'm not ready to sit down and sink my teeth into that.
Yeah, especially when the story isn't like, I'm intrigued, but not enough. Like, it's not doing enough to, like, I have to keep going. I'm more like, I want to keep going, you know, but I don't have to. So it's like, I don't want to keep grinding that just for that either.
Yep.
Yeah. I think it just has a lot of rough edges, you know, it's everything. It's like fun, but like whose ability should charge passively at the same time, kind of like in Final Fantasy, where it goes faster if you're controlling that character, but it always is just charging up to a degree. And all of a sudden you're like, hey, I have all three ready to go. And I did only play as Cloud for that moment. Like, I shouldn't have to only parry to get his abilities charged, because that means I am waiting. And I just clicked the last time I played. I was like, oh, I gotta actually parry to get his abilities going, because some enemies need you to use Ku's ability. It's like, all right, it forces you into those systems. I think it's a fun system, but yeah, the way it forces you is kind of oof.
It's sad. I wish it clicked more. I wish I was more hype and on board with it, because this was one of the ones, I think both of us, like I said, we were both kind of waiting for this to come out, have it be big player this year, but as it stands right now, maybe better over time. Wait for updates is what I would say. It's not, again, it's in Game Pass, it's going to be there for a while. Wait to get some stuff pushed out, wait to see if issues you hear people having are ironed out, or if it becomes a better experience, or what have you.
I might drop it down in difficulty too, and just like it's a fun, like, I think it's fun just to like vibe and be in that world, and I'm intrigued to, but I don't want to have to grind it out, right? So, and that's the thing where it's like, did this game need those systems? Did it need to be as difficult and like as punishing? Like, oh, you died, like you do have to go back. You only have 3 health charges, and like then you have to rest to recharge them, and when you rest, it's going to bring back all the enemies. It's like, does it need that? I don't think it does. Like, it could have been a more Assassin's Creed as opposed to Souls-like-y. So, but hopefully it's good enough. Hopefully it's good enough to let Game Freak do something similar in another iteration, because I think it's really cool. I think there's something there. So,
It's
good luck, Emma.
Good luck, Emma.
That's the character's name.
I hope it doesn't discourage either them or investors or whoever's helping fund these things. I hope you're going back to the Pokemon machine, because that's been kind of they're being held back by Nintendo to just continue popping these out every couple years. When like, hey, we finally got this new one out and it didn't still quite hit the mark. Like, where do we go from here? Do we go back to smaller projects? Do we go back to a little indie stuff like Tomba? Check out Tomba. It was a good time. He's a badass elephant. Let's see. Last one on the list here, unless I missed. The King is watching. Very much like Kyle was watching me last week before I left on my trip, and he popped in the Discord and he's like, hey, this game's on sale if anyone needs something right now. At the exact same time I was going through the eShop to find a game for my travels and trip in my 8-hour drive.
I just knew.
He just knew. Downloaded it. Knew absolutely nothing about it. Some people had this in Game of the Year discussion last year. Never got on my radar, never checked it out, never looked up what kind of game it was. And I've had a very slow burn falling in love with so far. King is Watching is a top-down roguelike kingdom builder. Ruled by the power of your royal gaze, decide between producing resources, training armies, or balancing both, while adapting the unique events of your run. You are in charge of a kingdom, which is done in a grid-based, I believe it's a 5x5 to start with, wave-based tower defense, essentially, where you are planting crops, planting wells, putting down trees, putting down crop fields, to gain resources, to build buildings, to recruit troops to defend your kingdom. Plain and simple what it is. You're gaining resources to build troops to defend. Very open-ended on what the game teaches you. It wants you to learn things very naturally, I feel. It has a tutorial that does its job. But the discoverability and the deeper levels of gameplay and the deeper levels of growth and upgrades and all these things, they want you to figure out yourself, which I'm slowly coming around on. It is a very interesting game to start learning. At first, your kingdom only operates when you are looking at it. That's the name. King is Watching. So each character you have, there's multiple different kings. I only have the first one, obviously, very early on still. But they have a line of 3, or it becomes a 2x3 grid that you're moving around your kingdom where you're placing buildings, and those buildings you're placing only operate when you're hovering over them. So while you're managing resources, while you're sending troops to the barracks or doing all these things, you have to constantly be hopping back over to that, not a screen, but that section to, oh, I need wheat. Move my thing over here to have it over a wheat field and things. And it's a very interesting way of doing it instead of everything just be passively, where stuff like that becomes a thing you have to keep in the back of your mind. Something that you need to keep coming back to when there's multiple times at the start of, shit, I can't build troops because I don't got wood, I don't got wheat, I don't got water, something. And moving buildings around to fulfill those needs so I can have multiple things going on at once. Very hard out the gate to understand and learn all these things and figure out controls, because it is kind of wonky on the console. But as things start falling into place and as you start learning more each run and naturally figuring out how things kind of blend together and coexist, becomes a really fun, really demanding experience in the best ways of, hey, you're going to sit down with this for 40 minutes, it feels like at times. Rounds are very long. Wish it was kind of shorter at times, but like, you are invested in this run and the people you're making and the decisions you're making. And if it works out, it works out. If not, come back again, get some upgrades. We'll see you then.
Yeah. I'm glad you're liking it. It's I played it on Switch, but going to or on Steam, but the Switch version, oh my, it just really breathes a life into it. Being on console, it is a little finicky, but it's also touchscreen. So there's times where I'm using the buttons to do stuff. Yes, there's times I'm doing stuff like I'm like doing buttons to do stuff, right? And then I'm like, oh, I need to. Oh man, one of my tree camp just depleted, so it's empty. I need to put something there. Let me take that thumb on the screen, drag that item up, drop it right where it needs to go. It's touchscreen. It's touchscreen. It's really good. You can touch the spells. Everything is touchscreen. It's like your finger is the mouse button, essentially. It is one of the best Switch ports, I think, that uses the touchscreen and the buttons and everything. Like, I'm very impressed with the additions they put on there in that. Yeah, I'm holding it in handheld, and I hold it like a tablet, and I'm playing at times. Very good. Yeah, it is just a really good handheld game. It falls in with Hades 2 being the at night citizen sleeper for me as well. Just that at night, last thing I'm doing before bed, putting a round or two in, and then I'm off. The sleepy time. It's just passive, really fun. Are you speeding up time because I'm playing. You can speed up, 1, 2, 3 times. I'm like playing only on 3 times half the time, and then I pause it when I have to do something, do my stuff, and then unpause. I'm quick, and I guess I haven't felt like rounds are really long, but they're not short.
I keep forgetting pausing is a thing. I've used it very rarely. I've been on default speed pretty much just because I've been spending so much time trying to learn everything else about it.
Sense.
Even like the touch screen changes everything. That's wild. I didn't even think about that because I have exclusively played it in handheld.
Oh my god!
But it's been more learning just the control layout. It's kind of weird because like your thumbsticks do things, and then the bottom 4 on the left Joy-Con actually move things while you're hovering over it with the other. Like I'm still in the process of learning that. I have
the directional pad controls your gaze, so when you can like just use that almost at any point, and it will change. But the thumbstick is like whatever menu you're currently on, right?
Yeah, because you're hopping between your resources, your troops at the bottom, your actual buildings you have available to place and drop. You have to move between each of those individually with your joystick.
See, that's why it's like you don't have to with the touchscreen, because you're like, oh man, I'm on that. I'm like constantly just tapping like the open space where the enemies walk to your castle, because it kind of just clears the screen. I just tap that and I'm like, oh, cool. You gotta try it. It's so good.
That's wild. Does it have mouse mode?
I thought I read somewhere it did, but like
that would
all
be
I
awesome
did was
too.
I took the control, like Joy-Cons off, tried it, and I was like, oh well, and I put it back on, and I haven't looked at it since. So I don't know. Look it up real quick. Yeah, it's just and the depth is there. Like I bought the second king, but I haven't used them yet. There's like 17, I feel, different advisors, and each one does different things, and you can upgrade to the point where you can have, I think, 6 or 8. I forget if it's 3 and 3 or 4 and 4. You can have multiple advisors active at once. One of them gives you 100 extra, or doubles your wall strength. So you go from 100 to 200. One makes your production 5% faster across the board. So like once those start stacking upon each other, you see, oh, I'm gonna get real powerful real quick. It's gonna let the game go faster. And and then each mission, like the first level is like the village. You can there's like different tiers that give you more upgrade currency, and then there's different it's just like a perfect little roguelite. You're just like, man, I can just like, it's almost like an idle game too. A lot of depth, but also simple once it gets there. Well paced, so I'm excited to keep diving into it.
My honestly only real issues with it, I brought it up to you on Discord, is I wish some of the options were more upfront in how they're used, and the knowledge the game gives you was more pronounced. I'm still having issues with, you get peasants to start, and then you can get madmen or militia and spearmen and all these different things, and like knowing which one is a direct upgrade of each other and what to be swapping out. Obviously some like peasants get rid of immediately when you can, but like the upgrades of what's better. And you mentioned, if they require a better resource, you usually go with that one, but even that gets kind of murky because you get iron and then gold and then clay and all these different things that kind of feel in the same tier in my head of what I should be focusing on.
Some of the barracks where they're training troops, they do say like what the effect is that they do. So I think if the whipmen building, I think they it provides a buff or a debuff, one of those, right? So it's like parents like, oh, if I have this troop, that's going to either help myself, or I think it slows the enemy down, right? Then another one will increase crit attacks or something, and such like that. And then like a swordsman, you're like, they have a little more health and such. Bumblebees, I think, do something too. There's bumblebees.
I saw that.
But I think it's like some of them, like when you start seeing the effects start to build on each other and such, but it does leave, it's a strength, and of course a falling a downside of it is that it's so open-ended, and it just like, no, you have to figure it out, and when you do, it's fun. It's like, oh yeah, like having the bumblebees is helping me actually in this moment. Like I feel I'm actually getting past this enemy or different stuff, right? Or the horses, like, oh, I finally got the stables, like that's cool. Like, and oh man, they're faster, so I feel like I'm going through getting weight. Yeah, anyways, it makes you have to figure it out, which is again really fun, but when you don't know, frustrating.
Even like with upgrades, when you upgrade your troops, it'll be like it gives you 3 options. And it doesn't even tell you like who it's for. It'll give you a little icon. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck that icon represents. I'm not sure like what I'm doing. And then you back out and it has like an upgrade arrow on that unit's base. And like after that, but at first I'm like, I don't know if this is good or if it's worth doing or if this is for someone going to be switching out eventually. Like that kind of stuff, kind of irritating. The other thing that's been a huge
that. Oh yeah.
I was like real fast. The other thing that's been a huge game changer for me, the barracks I was not using at all because it's defaultly send all your troops out to the gate, and I hovered over it once, and you can switch it to default send your troops out if they're available. If not, it puts them in the barracks automatically, so you can have a back pile of them. Because I wasn't making troops for the barracks at first, so I was just bare mainlining what I could have active at a time. And I was like, oh, that's a great thing. I wish I could just have on every time default instead of having to go down, switch it over. Because then it was, oh, I have 10, 12 people in the back line I can send out when I need to and not I'm making them on the fly as I go. Like that was a huge game changer.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I just started really holding them back when like I get the dragon boss. And I'm just like, well, holding them back and having them all released at once is a lot better instead of one by one for that.
That was first what I had on the run I won. Stuff. Was the dragon.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That's good that you got through one.
Good game. You played it on Steam. You like it on Switch. Do you feel like Switch is the better way to play? Because in my head, a mouse like is almost required to have like top level play if you were doing like high end runs, but
the thing is, it's so idle. I get that it's like active and you have to pay attention to it, but it's not like you're around a lot and move like you can slow it down, and it is very slow in my opinion. I really feel like a handheld just makes this game really good. Just pick it up, do a run, put it down. You can pause in the middle of a run and just put it down, and I've done that a lot. Pick it, like I said, it fits that Hades 2 slot that it was for me. Just pick up and play, and I think it didn't do that on Steam for me, right? Like, but maybe I also didn't commit enough time to learn it, and then I could passively play it and do other stuff. I was just like, this isn't clicking for me, but on Steam, but. No, I think on Switch it's amazing. It's like the touchscreen editions. Just it is. I feel like I'm like moving around quickly, and I feel like I'm on top of everything. Right? I'm like clicking. I'm like, oh no, I need more troops now. Pop. Do the directional pad. Pop my gaze over there. And then at the same time, I'm like, oh, I need to refill a building. Drag it over with my finger. It's just, it's so fun to just go back and forth. And man, the Switch 2 is cool because of that.
It is.
Just imagine like Destiny. If I can just like, oh yeah, let me just like click in menu. Like it's just little things like that in games are like, if you're going to have games be cloud and cross save, you should have a software or an AI be able to register, oh, they're touching the screen here. They're meaning to press the button A. Let me automatically make that assumption. Put it in. They're touching A here. It's like, come on, you can figure it out, right? Smarter people can do that.
Is
touchscreen in games is cool.
The touchscreen how you interact with stuff outside your kingdom too? Because I feel like I've gotten a relic or something where it's like when you cut down a tree, you'll get this instead of a resource. And I don't know if that meant like my forest in my kingdom, or if you can actually like interact with the trees and stuff outside your walls.
No. Maybe it's actually, I have to go to that menu itself and use the cursor. But no, I like started poking the trees and nothing happened. But there's like, there's a spell where you can cut down parts of the forest and such. And that's where you can do it. So like for a lot of the spells, I'll use my hand and just like grab the spell, slide it over, and then drop where I want it.
Yeah, see,
Expect this game to come out on phones.
100%.
I think it is.
It's
It
like a
would work,
water cooler
honestly.
game where like I want people to talk to
Yeah.
about like when did you figure this, like it doesn't feel like it's got that much depth to it when you look at it at first, but God, it's so good. Such a good time.
Yeah. Especially once you look at the upgrades too, there's like 4 different upgrade trees. And then each one has like different things, like upgrade more advisors, more kings that gives you different abilities and buffs. But there's a lot of like you can remove all the nobles' homes, so you can put more buildings on in your kingdom. And then I just saw it where you're able to upgrade. What is it? Whatever. I can't remember what it is, but it's just like there's a lot of depth and a lot of, or get more advisors. That's the one I was trying to. Being able to equip multiple advisors. I just realized my last play session that you could buy that, and I was like, oh, okay, I've been going the wrong way. Like that's gonna make you real strong real fast.
Yeah.
Because already having the walls be at 200 health is crazy to like make me last longer. Ayo.
Ayo. Yeah, I had the 200 health, and then I think there was a reward from, not a quest, but like there'll be waves where you can like, you have to drop and choose your own waves of what you want to face, and they each have a separate reward. I got a reward from one of those where I got you building that you could place, and if you hover over it like passively fixes your wall health too. Like each time it does, it's like +5 back. So I was just constantly like facing the dragon, pop over, build some more troops, rebuild my walls. Like it just
every time
so
I purposely get some clay production going, I do not get that building. I'm like, come on, I'm trying to build into that. Yeah, it's a game that's built on you playing it over and over. It wants you to be like, what is this? And like be like, oh, that's what it is. Okay, now I know next time. And upgrade and buy more buildings. And I got like 3 things, and I get a druid camp now. I have a druid bear troop every now and then.
Dope.
And then there's like spells like annihilation and like understore. It's like upgrade new spells. There's a lot of depth, and you can see, wow, I'm gonna get real powerful real quick. And then it makes sense why there's multiple levels, multiple threat levels as well. Each zone that you can play, it gives you increased upgrade stuff. So it's just like a roguelike game that's roguelite, and it's awesome. There's a bunch of upgrades and DLC that's already out on Steam. So like they're gonna continually add more to this game over time, and that's good to know. It's really awesome.
Yeah, I was actually just looking at the DLC. They have Crowns of History update, which adds 3 new kings to use, one of them being Cleopatra, which is fun.
That's fun.
It's hard not to recommend it. I think it was on sale for Switch 2 was $12 during the sale. On Steam, base price is $15 only for literally countless hours of playtime and learning and just fun. It's just a fun, solid game, and everything it does. That, like you said, it's more updates. Hopefully things adding more options over time, adding more advisors, whatever it be. High recommend.
Man, I'm glad you like it.
Good. Now I know touchscreen is the thing. I didn't even think about that in the car, because this was exclusively like we split the 8-hour drive, so I had 4 hours both ways to play, and I've done a couple of runs since we got back at night. God, yeah,
I'm excited to hear. I'm excited to hear your thoughts on that, because it is. Once it clicks and once you kind of the muscle memory almost, it's just. And once you like pause and speed up the game, like that's where it really kind of. You're like, okay, I just gotta sit and wait for this now, and then pause, do what I need to do. All right, unpause. Like,
yeah, I wonder with the upgrade ones if I can like touch the screen to see what it upgrades, but it'll actually tell me who it is instead of just a little icon that's small pixelated. That possibilities are endless.
So. Yeah, I don't think so, but yeah, you're good. Anyways,
I think that will do us off.
You don't want to talk marathon.
Oh yeah, marathons. What's new with marathon? I did one before I left. I finally did a full run of cryo. I had 0 clue what the fuck was happening. I was carried by Caitlin with 4 ends and some other guy who just kept picking my body up. because I was aimlessly walking behind them. They did like 4 or 5 vaults. We got out. I had no clue what happened. My knowledge of cryo is still 0, even with a successful run.
It is amazing. Last weekend you were gone, and Marathon had double XP, so I just committed and played a bunch of Vault Breakers. Only did that. Was talking with people, did some runs like that, did some silent runs as we just did it. I kind of started carrying people because I understand and know what to do, and it was just like, all right, you guys you're not grabbing the dumb cryo empty filament thing. I'll go over the preservation and grab it, and then I'll go into the bottom of control and fill it up. I'll do this. Like, it is a very, very crucial, necessary mode to teach casuals how to fucking play an endgame map that is not forgiving. So it is cool that they have it, cool that they figured it out. I'm excited. It's until the 18th, so 10 more days from today, you can still hop into it. But I fully understand what to do in cryo. We did compiler twice, did not beat it. The last time we had like 10 minutes left, and this guy just died and left, and he was pissed. And our teammate was like, "What the fuck, dude? Why is this guy being an asshole?" And we got to compiler. We almost killed it, but there was only 2 of us, and I'm pissed because we would have beat compiler, which is awful. But it's an awesome mode. I'm just worried about obviously the future and such, but we need to hop into more Vault Breakers because I think when you're in a group of people that know what you're doing, it's quick, it feels good. The upgrade roguelike elements are really good. It's all very limited in scope, but it's because they're testing it. I'm excited to see what season 3 brings. I'm level 100 now, so like I got that again, which is clutch. I'm gonna get that. But I still don't want to play cryo proper. I don't have the loot, I don't have the stuff. So it's like, what do you do about that? Like, they're in a tricky spot. Game director is gone. So what are the changes now going to be going forward? Obviously the current direction wasn't working. So a lot of questions, but that mode is a lot of fun. The cryo map is crazy. It's crazy how much there is to it. And when you add PvP stuff on top of it, that's just crazy too. So a lot of fun.
I wish, is there double XP now? Because I want to get to the point where I get the 100%. Damn it, I want to get the 100% on it, but I'm like, if we
grind out. If you and me play Vault Breaker a couple times, you'll get there, and they'll do another double XP before the game's over.
I need you to verbally walk me through, because like doing the one run, I was like, this is dope. We did it. I did it, but I'm like, what I gained from it knowledge wise next. And I'm still like with cryo, I'm still at the point where I'm like getting lost in hallways. I'm popping open the map because I'm going on the wrong side, and I
know the map now.
I'm like 20 yards away from my teammates, but they're on the other side of the wall, and I have to backtrack like 4 minutes to get to where they're at. Like weird shit like that. I'm like, I'm right there on the cusp. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's like King is watching. It doesn't hold your hand, but once you learn, it's like, oh shit, this is good, and like there's agency behind it. So it's the strength and the downside of it, right? It's unforgiving, but once you get there, it's like, oh shit. That's why like a solo mode to figure it out is so important. I think every end game map will eventually have that solo option to go in and learn it and then have it, because it's just it felt like Destiny Strikes. Like as I'm doing runs, when I used to grind Grandmasters, multiple for like 4 hours a night, just the same mission over and over. Like I was doing that with Vault Breakers one night, and that just felt like I said, Destiny Strike, and that's probably what the direction they're going in, and that's awesome. I think that's a cool thing. We'll see if it lasts. Because like 500 people are playing the game.
Feels bad. Feels really bad.
Yeah, double XP was awesome with Vault Breakers. I was going up like 3 to 4 levels every run.
That's what I need. I'll tell you what. I obviously off this weekend. We're gonna be done here. I need to run to the store and get some pellets because I'm smoking a tri-tip tonight. After that, down to game. Halo, Marathon, whatever it is. There.
Destiny. Let's just do all the Bungie.
Done. I tried
marathon,
before I
let's do it.
left. I was messaged you. I tried to figure it out. I was hopped on PlayStation.
When did you message me about Destiny?
Because I
Before
wanted
you
to
left.
get the Star Wars missions are dumb. Or the
Oh, you were complaining about the ball.
the ball. Because I wanted to hop on and do the Witch Queen stuff again, and I was like, that was kind of fun. I want to get in
No,
that.
that was Edge of Fate. If you were if you turned into a ball, that was Edge of Fate.
What's what I'm
Witch
saying?
Queen
I
is
wanted
different.
to do the Witch Queen, but it pushed me to the Star Wars stuff until I was walled off, and then it pushed me into the ball stuff till I was walled off. Like I just want to do the Witch Queen. And I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, the intro missions. You should have bought it when it was $24. Then you wouldn't be stuck.
Edge of Fate?
The whole Destiny 2 collection.
No, I don't know. I think it's still on sale on PlayStation. The Star Wars stuff was actually kind of cool. Like that kind of, not roguelike, but like that mission setup was kind of cool.
Lawless Frontier is really fun. It's a light extraction mode.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
That was pretty
It's
dope.
really fun. And it's more horde mode style too, where they're leaning into you being super powerful, being able to kill a bunch of stuff. Yeah. It's crazy that Destiny is, quote, dying on the Star Wars expansion. Also, I was talking to my wife last night. I realized that many people who paid $100 for the Year of Prophecy pay for the Shadow and Order expansion that never came out. Or, excuse me, I should get like $20 back.
There's gonna be
I'm thinking about.
what's the group lawsuit you always get thrown into when Facebook steals your information? You get like $3 from.
How has there never been a class action lawsuit of the fact that when you bought Destiny 2, you bought the Red War, and now you can't play the Red War campaign?
It's coming. Give it time. We're gonna wait till Bungie's like on their last
Not with
breath, and then
we get like $1. Oh man, it's just crazy. Halo Studios, Bungie, like it's crazy that both of them are like, what are they doing? What's their are they going to be okay going forward?
No one's okay. EA is owned by Saudi and Trump now. Technically, it's all great.
I just hope it's not a Borderlands Bungie game. I will just hate that.
I saw that. I saw people talking about that.
That 2K and Bungie might be partnering for a Borderlands Destiny game, and I will just not play it. I hate Borderlands. I don't enjoy it. Just had an awful movie. Why would you go with that IP? It's a rumor, but I hate it, and I just want it known. Please don't. Especially with 2K. Ugh. We hated Bungie monetization before. You're gonna have Randy Pitchford be the guy I'm in charge of Destiny now. Here's a magic trick. Shut up.
Hey, but maybe that's your pathway of getting a Destiny movie starring Kevin Hart.
No, that's even worse. I don't know how to do a Kevin Hart impression without I guess I could just have pretended I'm short and been like, I'm Zavala. Oh man, that's awful.
I'm Zavala.
Because that's Kevin Hart.
With that,
man.
We're done wrapping up
welcome.
126 of the download queue. We're back at it. Breaks are done. We're buckling in. Next couple weeks will be wild. Game releases left and right. Gamescom coming up. Was that a little person Bowser?
It's a little person Bowser.
They had a little people NWO set at the Superstore. Like that's,
that's cool.
Wild.
Little people. Okay, yeah, the brand Little People.
Yeah.
I hate that it's called Little People. I always feel like I have to
we had the mini houses there. It's fine. We're all inclusive.
I know. I just one of those things.
Yeah, they had an NWO set.
Little wrestlers. That's really cool.
I mean, it's Hulk Hogan, which kind of sucks, but money.
Man, I'm surprised there was never a Destiny one.
Well, it's not
There's a
Destiny
Destiny kids
now.
book. D is for Destiny.
Is there?
There is.
Yes.
There was, at least. I don't know if you could buy it still. You wonder why Bungie's going under, and then you go to Bungie store over the years and you're like, wow, you guys had a lot of very specific merch. A lot of merch for Destiny.
Grabbing money where they can. Have your fingers in all the pies.
Yep. You know what they say? Fingers in the pie means sports cars at the home.
Join us next week. Same time, same place for episode 127 of the download queue. This will be going live on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, all the places by August 9th. I don't know if it'll be tonight, maybe tomorrow if we're gaming all night. Till then, happy gaming. Go check, before we leave, go check out the United We Nerd Destiny thing that Kyle was on. Go check that out. 2.5 hours content. Again, I checked out some of it. It is available. I don't think it's on their YouTube. I had to go to their Twitch VODs to find it, if that's being uploaded anytime soon, but go check that out. Give that a listen if you are a Destiny fan. Until next time, happy gaming. Be good to each other. Play some good games. We'll catch you next time.
Dude, Rebirth is amazing.
Rebirth is